Let's talk about it, Boulder.
I might already change it and you don't know. I don't do stuff and blow the whistles in and make major announcements. Hey, I don't do that kind of stuff. I do it and I let you guys still take shots. You don't even know you may be shooting at the wrong target.
So Prime has mentioned that he's making some changes and changes are coming down the line. And it looks like we've got some changes that have come down the line because it's been officially announced that Brennan Marion is the new offensive coordinator for Colorado. They announced it. So we're going to talk about it officially because Brennan coming in is going to do something similar to what Coach Prime did when he joined Colorado. Actually, similar things that he did down there at Jackson State, bringing it into Colorado. So you got to be excited because Colorado got 2 commitments after that. One related to Brennan Marion, the other one just related to Colorado making some moves. So let's talk about that here on the Prime Time for College Football, a Hog Media production presented by Sleeper. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for putting up to the channel. So let's check this out. Brennan Marion is your official offensive coordinator there. The go-go is now in Colorado. And we all know that the way Brennan Marion coaches, the way that this team, the offense goes, is going to be a big plus and a huge boost to what Colorado wants to do. So, I've done a couple videos. I pointed out just how exciting it is. But I also told y'all in my last video that Brennan Marion coming was going to be a massive influx of players. And it's also going to lead to some early wins that could even increase once the transfer portal actually opened. The Buffs have seen some players hit the portal. I'll do a video on that later. I think that we'll give it another day because I think there'll be at least 3. So I'll point out the 3 players that are out. But Colorado is definitely going to be targeting some big names, mainly because of this hire of Brennan Marion. And so Colorado starts off with a big one. First one that they got out of here is going to be Braylon Edwards. And I like Braylon Edwards. I think he's going to be a solid DB. When you kind of look at the stats around him, he is sitting here at 5'10", 175 pounds. Corner out of Duncanville, Texas. Now, Duncanville produces some players. Now, when I say some players, they produce some players. So he's one that matches what Colorado wants. They want some dudes that are tenacious. They want some dudes that are going to be scrappy and just keep them going because that is what Colorado needs, is some nice young corners. They lost one in the portal, but this is going to be a good pickup for them just because I've seen him play before and he's talented. Now, he may not have the highest rating. He's a top, 1,300 player in the country, but he plays at Duncanville, and Duncanville is a school that puts out dudes. And so that's the first pickup that the Buffs got yesterday that I think is really big. But the one that matched with Brennan Marion, let me show you that. But first, shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. If you haven't checked them out for daily fantasy ball, y'all know y'all done been missing out. They got some of the best games out there. And right now, you can use our promo code Prime Time. They're going to match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Or if you just want to give them a shot, $20, no deposit needed. So, of course, we got to make a pick or 2. So right now, it's a nice boost on college football. 80%. You got to pick 6 or more players. So if you hit that bad boy in there, come to college football. Let's look at the late night stuff. Ohio State taking on Indiana. Just pick 2 or more players. Actually, on this promo, you got to pick 6 or more. We can take Fernando Mendoza. We can't use him in this promo, but we'll take Bo Jackson. We're going to take Julian Sands scoring some tutties. We're going to pick Omar Cooper to grab a tutty as well. You know what? Jeremiah Smith, no touchdown. Carnell Tate's probably going to get 1 too. And if you click through it, you can actually see all of how they played. And any of the actual options are there. You can pick more receiving yards, less on the tutty, or you can pick more on the reception. So, like I said, pick 6 or more for that promotion, but typically 2 or more players, more or less on the stats, and boom, you're in the game. So, use our promo code PRIMETIME. They'll match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Plus, they give you $20 just for checking them out. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. So, from there, let's look at the next player that the Buffs actually picked up. And this one is specifically because of Brennan Marion. Like, this is 100% on him because of just him being the coach. It's going to be Xavier McDonald. Now, Xavier McDonald is a wide receiver out of Mississippi, Morton, Mississippi to be exact. And he was actually committed to Sacramento State. FCS, Sacramento State. Yes, 4-star, top 400 player in the country. ESPN has him as a top 200. He's a part of their the ESPN 300 they have. That is a big pickup for the Buffs because he matches what Brennan Marion does. And this is just the first one. I'm telling y'all now, a lot of the kids that Brennan Marion was going after, he was going after players specifically for what would fit there at Sacramento State. And it's not that easy to go grab a bunch of players there, right? They are FCS school. And this reminds me of how Coach Prime snatched up Travis Hunter when he was at Jackson State. This is kind of, to me, a similar scenario, which is a huge deal for what they're trying to do and what they're trying to produce there at Colorado, because Brennan Marion is going to start bringing players in like this. Now, he is a wide receiver, and Colorado's got a bunch of them. I'm expecting a couple of them to probably hit the portal that didn't really see as much, and that's fine. This go-go offense, in the way Brennan Marion plays, he's going to be bringing in additional talent, additional players, and you're going to be excited about how this offense moves in the Big 12. To me, it's built to work in the Big 12 because the air raid was so successful in the Big 12. And now all Colorado's got to do is continue to hone in and lean into that. Makes the thing happen. Let me know what you think. Hop in the comments. Want to hear your thoughts. How y'all feeling about Brennan Marion coming over and being officially announced, as well as these latest pickups? I think they're big. I think they're big deals. I think they're going to be helpful to Colorado because the Buffs overall need to have a guy like Brennan bring in some excitement, bring in some just all the stuff that y'all been hoping for, right? Like, he's bringing in just big time play that, to me, y'all gonna be excited about. So definitely want to hear from you all. All right, so the Buffs have more changes coming. And as it was mentioned before, my guy Dukes over there at Dukes the Scoop was talking about that. Colorado's going to be making some adjustments all over. There may be some new assignments, new coaches, maybe some changes. The biggest domino dropped with Brennan Marion. The question is, who's the next one? Now, I'm hearing defensively, you're going to see a big change on the defensive side of the ball. Now, I don't think that Rob Livingston is gone, but you may see some position coaches moved around, position coach possibly changed. But I do expect Rob Livingston to maintain DC, but I know that they're going to have to get some new personnel as well as some additional coaches to help out. I think Coach Pecco is going to still be there in the middle. His son just signed, so I anticipate that he will remain. But there are probably going to be some adjustments to go along there because the Buffs need to go ahead and do that big overhaul, be drastic if they want to be competitive in the Big 12 next season. And with this offense and a stout defense, you'll have the ability. All right, we'll talk about the transfers. Been a couple of players that have hit the portal already. We'll talk about the rest of them probably later today, if not first thing in the morning. We'll get something. So make sure you guys are updated on what's going on. Shout out to our partners over there at Sleeper. If you haven't checked them out for daily fantasy ball, you're missing out. Use our promo code PRIMETIME. They'll match your first deposit at 100% up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper terms of use for details. And we'll talk to you.